What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to part 4 of this Dark Souls 3 walkthrough. We've just made it to the Road of Sacrifices bonfire, and we're just going to go on and head on forward. So this part of the map is pretty linear, not really any kind of deviation you can take. These, I believe they're Corvians, I can't remember what they're actually called. These guys, kind of the trick with them is don't let them fully transform. You can see that guy up there starting to do that. If they fully transform, they're kind of a pain in the butt to have to deal with. So it's just easier if you take care of them before that happens. Most of them have just these scythes. There's a caster version over here to the left he's gonna shoot some poison at us. Oh man, you can see right there, that's why you want to kill them before they transform. And yeah, just get out of that poison cloud before it does much to you. Other than that, this guy's not really a threat. Alright, so that's pretty much over here. If you come over to this tree, you'll see, oh, there is nowhere to go over here. So you just want to go over to this little side path here. Alright, now from here you can go to the right. We'll need to go there eventually, but we're going to come down over here. There's an NPC fight over here with this chick wielding a big old butcher blade. She's not too difficult to fight, but it is an NPC fight, so you never really know what you're in for. Yeah, so because she's not really wearing any armor, that equals not a lot of health, so fairly easy to take down. A couple of items to grab over here. So now we're going to come back to this area. If you come up here, this is what allows you to get back to where we just came from. So for whatever reason you need to go back there, get back to that bonfire. You're just able to climb up and then drop down right here. Alright, that means with that Titanite Shard we do have enough to upgrade our weapon again. So next time we get a bonfire, we'll be doing that. Alright, here you're also given a couple of crossroads that you can take, so we're going to start by coming across this bridge. Yeah, if all those guys had been able to transform, that's pretty easy way to die, to be completely honest. So yeah, just try to take care of them as soon as you can. Okay, before we go through that little archway right there, we're going to come back here. There's a place for us to be able to drop down. And over here is a dog. Now don't be tricked, because there's another one hiding right over there as soon as you turn the corner. This one kind of creeps me out. It's like pregnant or something, and it's just disturbing. But yeah, so just be wary of this dog hiding around the corner. And there is a Braille Divine Tome of Carim. Oh, I just realized we never went and got the NPC. There's also Morne's Ring. Yeah, so that's another thing we'll do. Is that NPC that requires that sewer key back in the Undead Settlement. We'll go take care of that. Alright, and then here is our next bonfire, and you'll see a couple of NPCs standing to the side as well. This is Anri and Horus. They are two NPCs that you're going to see quite a bit throughout your journey. And as I mentioned earlier with Yol, we're going to be going for the Lord of Hollows ending, and Anri is a big part of that ending as well.
Oh, hello.
So we're just going to talk to her. She's going to introduce herself. Anri is going to be like always the opposite gender of whatever your character is. So, because there is going to be a nice little ritual at the very end. All right, Blue Sentinels. So earlier, so that's another Covenant item. So earlier we got the Way of Blue. That's where if you're invaded, then somebody will come to be, summoned to be your ally. That is this Covenant, is the Blue Sentinel. So if you want to be the one who is summoned to help people out who are being invaded, that's the Covenant you would want to be a part of. Alright, go ahead and go back to Firelink real quick. Couple of things to do here. Alright, so earlier when I was talking about in the last part with the Undead Settlement, we killed Hodrick, and I told you that if we had joined his Covenant instead, if we had gone down in that cage, after talking to that caged hollow NPC, if we had, done all of that, then Ciri right here, she would be hostile. Well, not necessarily hostile, but she's friendly here, and if we had done that, she would not be. She'd be standing up, and she'd be very angry at us, and we wouldn't be able to do the rest of her quest line. So, if she's standing up, that's why. Alright, now we're going to buy that key real quick from the Handmaiden.
Ashen one.
Also going to go upgrade our weapon.
What?
Q.
Be careful.
Alright, so now to upgrade further, we need large Titanite shards. Alright, now Grey Rat is no longer, curled up in a ball and sobbing and everything, and now he wants to go out and do some pillaging, so we're going to allow him to do that. And if he does that, then he's going to come back with more items in his inventory. Okay, then there is another NPC up here that we can talk to. Can't remember this guy's name, but he gives you some cracked red eye orbs. Those can be used to invade other players' worlds, but we'll be doing more with him later in the game. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the Undead Settlement, to the dilapidated bridge bonfire. We're going to go rescue Irina. Big rat shouldn't be able to follow us, but those little rats might come down. Oh, never mind. Doesn't look like they're going to bother. Okay, over here is Velka, Goddess of Sin. You can... So if there's at any point that you have made an NPC hostile towards you, and you're just worried, oh shoot, I ruined their quest line, and now I can't do anything about it because anytime I go near them, they just want to attack me. You can request absolution here to essentially wipe all of that away. So you see right here it says I haven't done any kind of sinning, so there's nothing to be forgiven. But if you're ever worried about that and you just, you want to make it so that a certain NPC isn't hostile towards you, that's where you would go. You have to pay a certain amount of souls to get that absolution done. Alright, so down here are going to be some skeletons that are going to form up and try to fight us. Unlike the skeletons from Dark Souls 1, these things don't just respawn until you kill the necromancer. The skeletons in DS3 are a little bit different. If they have white eyes, that means they're going to respawn once, but then once you kill them again, then they're gone. None of these guys have white eyes, so they always die on the first kill. Right. Okay, now this takes us out to this area where you remember where this is a little bridge of that posse of the chanting woman or whatever you want to call her. I can't remember the actual enemy name. And then those pot boys up there. And there's a crystal lizard right here we're going to try to get. Just a heads up, that pot boy that's standing right near the edge. Oh, cool. We love Dark Souls 3 crystal lizards that just clip out of bounds. That's always very cool. Luckily he died, so we got a heavy gem, and we're definitely going to be taking advantage of that. We want heavy infusion to our weapon for more strength scaling. So let's take care of that in a minute, but we also need a specific coal to give to Andre to be able to let us do that. So, like I said, this guy has a tendency to drop down here, and he doesn't just die right away. He takes barely any fall damage, which is just so unfair. And then we've got this lady here to deal with. It looks like she fell down as well. Alright, now up here to the left is where we want to go to be able to rescue Irina. Now, in this room, some rats are just going to, like, infinitely respawn. So, don't waste your time trying to deal with them, and you can just get to the ladder right away. Because they'll just keep coming out of those little holes. Alright, now we can talk to Irina. We're gonna get a prompt to either touch or ignore her. If we touch her, that's what sends her to Firelink Shrine. And accept her service. There we go. And now we can open this gate, and we can talk to Egon. And he's basically saying that he's her protector or whatever. So he's also going to go to Firelink Shrine. Alright. And now we're done there. Now we can go back to the Road of Sacrifices. And make our way into the Crucifixion Woods. Alright, now this is one of the more open areas of the game. It can be kind of overwhelming to know exactly where you should be going. Normally you would just, follow that pathway there, but we're actually going to drop down over to this side to start. You'll see these little mushroom-looking crab thingies. They can technically melee hit you, but it does barely any damage. Really, their mechanic is they spread little clouds of poison around them, but they're nothing difficult. This dude, however, this guy with a crucifix on his back, these guys can really suck if you don't get to them early. So this guy's kind of just sitting here. We're going to take advantage. Take him out. Right, now there's another one around this tree that we'll want to be wary of. Ouch. Okay, mushroom thing. Kidding me? So that's their melee attack. Ouch. Titanite Shard, nice. Even though that does us nothing at this point. Alright, now, around this corner to the left is a Black Knight. If you ever fought them in Dark Souls 1, you know these guys can be a pain. Usually in Dark Souls 1 I would just parry them, and it's pretty easy, but I admittedly suck at parrying in Dark Souls 3 specifically. I can never really figure it out except with Pontiff Sullivan, a boss later on in the game. But yeah, for whatever reason, Black Knights in this game, or just parrying in general in this game, I'm just not very good at. This sword, you can see that Ravenous Crystal Lizard back there. We can't open the sword, it is one-sided, but we'll be getting to that part just a little bit later. Alright, so we're going to try to take out this Black Knight. Usually the strategy with them is, if you can't parry, then just, you know, strafe around them. Try to get an opening for a backstab. He's in an awkward position right there, so we're just gonna scoop. Ouch. See, and this guy can do a crazy amount of damage as well. And one more hit should finish him. If you get lucky, you can get the Great Sword. No, not lucky. But unlike the Black Knights in Dark Souls 1, these guys respawn. So if you want to farm their weapons, like, you can absolutely go for it. Alright, now, if you're going with a dexterity build, this is going to be one of your best weapons that you can go with, the Sellsword Twin Blades. They are the early game, easy mode, quote-unquote, weapons that you can get. Once again, they're more for a dexterity build as opposed to what I'm going with, the strength build. Where are they at? And they do crazy good damage. So if you're going that route for dexterity, highly recommend going with those if you want to be able to have a good solid weapon early in the game. Then we picked up that Farron Coal I mentioned earlier. We got that heavy gem that we want to be able to infuse our weapon with. That is the coal that allows us to do that, so we have to go give that to Anri. Alright, now out in this watery area, you'll see a bunch of these small crabs and then some big crabs. If you played Elden Ring, you'll recognize these guys because they're directly taken from this game and put in there. And a little further out that way, beyond them, is the entrance to Farron Swamp. We're not going to go there now. It's actually going to be a while until we go there. These crabs can be kind of annoying. You can do enough damage to the front of them, though, they'll stagger. Just try to avoid... Oh, there you go. You usually don't like taking them on because they've got a lot of HP, and if you're at a low level, you can definitely get easily killed. Alright, so we can go back and try to get those souls before we do that. Can you jump here? Yes, you can. Very cool. Alright, item over here that we can get. Take out this dog. Now, these dudes wielding these giant branches, they can also be annoying. Ouch. If you have your shield up, if they do their charge attack, it will hit you multiple times. Ouch. See, they are just so annoying. They don't have a lot of health, but they're still kind of a pain in the butt. If you get a bunch of them next to each other, anyway. All that for a Titanite Shard. Alright, so our souls are just over here. Alright, Crab wants some smoke again. Too early of a dodge there. Ow, and a little crab hit me. Very cool. You don't want to get hit by that little spit thing, as it will slow you down. Oh, we got grabbed. Very cool. He will not stagger. What is this hitbox, man? Ooh, that would have been death. Certainly. Alright, so killing that one gives you the Great Swamp Ring. To be honest, I couldn't tell you what that actually does. Boost pyromancies, and that's why I've never done a pyromancy build. But if you're going that way, there you go. Great Swamp Ring, very good for it. And if you're going the Miracles route, that Morne's ring that we picked up earlier, also a good ring there. Okay, now we'll come back this way. Like I said, across the way there is the entrance to Farron Swamp. But there is a very good item just over here behind this tree. This is going to be the green grass, wow, I can speak. The grass crest shield. A returning item from Dark Souls 1 that boosts your stamina recovery. So right now we've got the Chloranthy ring that does that. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure they don't stack. So we are going to equip that Grass Crest shield and then put on a different ring. The only downside to the Grass Crest is it is not 100% physical block. So you are sacrificing a little bit of damage absorption for that stamina recovery, but in my opinion it is definitely worth it. And then, yeah, once we get some kind of other better ring, we'll go ahead and take that Chloranthy ring off. Alright, big old group of mushroom boys here guarding an item. This is when these guys can get dangerous. You see, like, I got poisoned really easily there when there's a bunch of them around. That's okay, we've got a bonfire coming up very soon. Bunch of these dudes just moaning out here. Watch out for this dog. Oh, did he just fall out of the sky? I told you, dogs teleport, and sometimes they do it in really weird ways. I don't think I've ever seen one teleport and fall out of the sky like that. That was crazy. Alright. See it right there. That's what I'm talking about. They'll just continually charge towards you. Alright, bonfire right here. Go ahead and rest up. Also probably got a couple of levels we can grab, yeah. So we'll go do that real quick.
Welcome, very then hey.
Get some more damage.
Well, I mean.
As far as leveling up goes, just you can do it as you want to. I don't really have a specific strategy or anything when it comes to it. I also forgot we want to give Andre that heavy coal. We're gonna pop a soul so we have enough to be able to infuse our weapon. Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Oh, you have
Alright. And here we go. Heavy broadsword. So you can see that strength scaling now goes from C to B. So our base damage does go down a little bit, but when we're two-handing, the damage significantly rises. And it will only get better as we level it up and continue to level our strength. So infusions really depend on your type of play style. There's plenty of guides and stuff out there to let you know how those infusions work and what kind of damage you're going to be looking at. But this is typically how I like to play Souls games, is just give me the best two-handed damage possible and I'll be happy. Alright, so back to the Road of Sacrifices. Ouch. Alright, now before we go in that building, we're going to come over here to the left. Now, if you're embered, there's going to be a little summon sign here that allows somebody to invade you, an NPC to invade you. I usually don't do it because I don't really, care to do some of those fights, especially if they have no impact on the rest of the game. But yeah, if you want to experience what that's like, go for it. Alright, so down here is an item, but we're not going to grab it right now. There's another way of getting over there. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we will go this way. So, Estus Shard, very important. So don't forget that's there. There's a couple of Crucifix boys here, too. Perfect. Looks like we have just enough stamina to be able to take them out in one combo. Up and grab this item real quick. And then over here to the left is another secret area. There's a crucifix guy over here to the right, so be wary of that. Sage ring. We're getting a lot of rings that boost like spells and stuff like that. So Pyromancy's Miracles, and this one shortens spell casting time. And again, that's a ring I never use because I never do magic builds, but if you're going that route, then definitely a good ring to pick up. Alright, now we're going to come back over this way. Just move past this crab. I don't want to take the time to fight him. Move past the spear dudes. Hello, dog. Ouch. Get up here. Cool. Okay. Now we're going to go in this building. There is a lantern guy here. We want to make sure to kill him. Otherwise, all these guys will aggro. And then there's a spellcasting hollow up here. He's the only other one that's going to attack you. Just naturally, anyway. Don't believe there's anything over here. Yeah. Oh, that guy's already dead. Again, because these guys don't aggro, you don't have to kill them, but you might as well get the souls. Alrighty. There's a guy hiding around the corner here with a shield and a spear. He can easily be dealt with. Okay, now here you have 3 different ways you can go. You can go left, forward, or to the right. For now, we're going to go to the right because straight or to the left, there is a boss up ahead, but we want to clear out the rest of this area first before we... Oh my gosh, this crystal lizard's being a pain. Alright, then we can go up these stairs. Another hollow up here waiting for us. Ouch, and another spellcasting one. And then if we drop down here, there's another item we can grab. And it's a Ring of Sacrifice, right on. Okay, over here is a dev message that lets us know that it says warrior slumber ahead. Basically just that's pointing us in the direction. There's a couple of NPCs over there that we'll have to deal with. Again, that is once we start heading towards Farron Swamp, but that's not going to be for a bit. We've got quite a bit to do before that. If you want to go that direction right now, by all means go for it. You can skip to that part of this walkthrough. That episode will come out shortly after this one. But I recommend going a different route before then, as that area can be a little annoying at a lower level. Alright, so now we're going to go left over here. There's an NPC up here who we can talk to him. I can't remember his name. He doesn't even ask. So we can click Ask to learn sorceries, but if our intelligence isn't high enough, he is not even going to give us the time of the day. But if you're going with the magic build, he is an NPC that you can send back to Firelink Shrine, and he'll be the guy to give like scrolls to and everything to study more sorceries. Right. Now we'll want to go down here and take care of all these enemies. we can get rid of this spellcasting guy first. That would be ideal. Perfect. That guy over there is already aggro towards us. Very cool. Alright, now you do want to be careful as you're walking around this part, because over here to the right there is a hole. That area where we picked up the sage ring, and then there's that crucifix guy, that's where that drops down to. So, be aware of that. And then this is another way to get over to that little stairway area that we were just at. Alright. Next boss. This is the Crystal Sage boss. Once we walk through here, you'll see him appear at the back. Basically, how this boss works is during phase 1, it's just gonna be normal. He'll teleport around the room after you've done enough damage to him. But once phase 2 hits, he's gonna create a bunch of copies of himself, and your job is to find the correct one. And you'll always notice it because the correct one only casts like purple spells, and the rest of them cast like these light blue crystally ones. So that's basically the best way of indicating what the real one is. Alright, so he's gonna teleport away, make a bunch of crystals pop up. Just gotta wait for him to show up again. There he is. Alright, so now it's going to be phase 2. You'll see a bunch of copies of him are going to pop up. Oh, never mind. He's still not going to phase 2. Very weird. Alright, gave us some free damage. Won't complain. Alright, this is definitely the part that, it can be possible to die. Oh, and there he is right here. So you see, he's got purple spells. The rest of them are casting blue ones. So that just means that he is the real one. And boom, nice and easy. Yeah, it can be kind of easy to get caught up in getting hit by spells from the rest of them, by all the like copies during that part, which can definitely lead to dying. But other than that, this guy's really just a pushover. Alright, well that is it for part 4, I think we're on. Yeah, so part 4. So, if you made it this far with me, appreciate it. I'm going to go level up Firelight Shrine, but when we come back, we'll go ahead and start part 5, which is heading towards the Cathedral of the Deep. As always, liking and subscribing helps out a ton, but I appreciate you if you've been watching this video and being a part of this and listening to me just be bad at these games. But if it's helping you, I like I said, I appreciate you being here. But we'll go ahead and see you in part 4 or part 3, I guess. No, part 5. We'll go ahead and see you in part 5.